A combined arms exercise, or CAX, as conducted at 29 Palms, California, coordinates various air and land combat elements to fight as a single Marine force. CAX will measure the skill and bravery of Cobra pilots under realistic wartime conditions.
417 in flight, holding short hotel for takeoff, LG red.
Scarface 417 in flight, wind calm, cleared for takeoff.
Roger, clear for takeoff.
Outside controls. Roger, controls.
Before it can attack enemy targets, the Cobra's deadly array of weapons must be fully armed. Arming takes place at a safe landing zone known as LZ Red, where safety devices are removed by specialized ordnance personnel. The reason for this procedure is very simple. The awesome firepower of the Cobra, if unleashed accidentally, would result in enormous damage and loss of life at the EAF. The remoteness of LZ Red forestalls any possibility of disaster.
Scarface 417 in flight, left turn off for LZ Red approved. Landing at LZ Red will be a pilot's on risk. Report lifting with intentions.
7 will come.
LZ Red is half a mile away from the Marine Expeditionary Airfield. The TOW and Hellfire missiles, along with the powerful 20mm cannon, must be armed. An LZ Red Team captain oversees all preparations for making the inboard and outboard weapons battle-ready. He instructs the Cobra pilots to keep their hands in the air and away from the weapons controls, while safety cotter pins are removed from the missiles, rockets, and cannon. The hands-off throttle and stick, or HOTS directive, is strictly enforced as the skilled ground crew arms the attack helicopter. Thumbs up are given to Cobra 1, and the team captain gives the go signal. Until Cobra 2 is fully armed, the team captain keeps his hands on his head. This tells the pilots that arming is still taking place, and that the HOTS directive is still in force. Though the Cobra pilots are anxious to begin the hunt for enemy targets, they realize that arming is a dangerous procedure that must be completed with the utmost care. Stressing teamwork, the pilots from Cobra 1 have waited for Cobra 2. After thumbs up and salutes are given, the two Cobras lift off together, now both fully armed and ready for battle. The amazing view from the Cobra cockpits allows the pilot and co-pilot to see in all directions as they cruise at only 50 feet above the desert floor. Pilots maintain that the thrill of flying in the Cobra is more like wearing it than riding in it. Suspended between sky and ground in a body-hugging glass bubble, the sensation is described as nothing short of unearthly and even magical. But the intense level of training received by these pilots allows them to never be distracted from the deadly intent of their mission objectives, that of seeking out and destroying enemy targets.
1200, 2400, egress to the AP, then the holding area by the east side of Soldado.
The Cobra pilots are in contact with a ground-based forward air controller, or FAC, who directs them to a holding area known as the attack position, or AP. Once the pilots have reached the AP, they communicate with the forward air controller for the exact target coordinates, and the co-pilot checks his 13-power TSU, or telescopic scope unit. The missiles are now armed and ready for attack.
Just to the north side of that gorge, there's that ridge.
Okay.
And it's at the end of that ridge. Copy.
Okay, he's gonna shoot the tow here. Just kind of get off to the left here a little bit of him.
Roger.
Arm yourself, making sure you're selected.
Roger.
So you get the smoke off the nose? It's about there. 12:30, 11:30, 11:30, 11:30, 11:30.
Got it.
Okay, I got an attack flag. You got a box over there?
Roger, got the box with the pig.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
One's off right.
Need some nose up. Nose up. Little nose up. Little nose.
Actually, it was a pretty good explosion on it, looked like. I don't know if it was just the impact from the force.
I took it right through that black silhouette.
Yeah, roger that. It looked good from here.
Tell him, Doug, what do we have?
The tows found their targets. Cobra 1 veers off as Cobra 2 declares that it is armed up, on station, and looking for work. Tank crews and grunts anxiously wait for the Cobra pilots to destroy the worst of the bad guys. Once the Cobras have finished their job, the ground forces go in for mop-up. The forward air controller acquires new targets, and the Cobras turn the hell-blown desert into a dusty killing field.
Okay, one of the targets is dead. The one where the arty round just impacted, so go for one of the other two targets, over. Can I get you to stay below 100 feet? Roger.
Yeah, it looks like I get 5 rockets. Yep, they're all yours.
Roger, we're pushing. Got to. Roger.
Arm yourself, making sure you're selected.
Cobras hugging the terrain at dangerously low altitudes, sometimes no more than 50 feet from the ground, risk damage from lethal enemy anti-aircraft fire. Focused on diving and attacking with tows in the cabin, the crews have little time for feelings such as fear.
Roger, we'll be in for immediate re-attack. So again, it'll be Bravo Lima. We've got to hug the terrain here and make a right-hand turn.
The tow impacts have been devastating, as have the soft target attacks by the 20mm cannon. The Cobra pilots have performed flawlessly, and the Marine M60 tanks and armored personnel carriers press forward to complete their part in the CAX. The Cobra pilots note their kills and begin the journey back to the expeditionary airfield.
Mission complete.
To the EAF. Thank you for full appreciate your also. Hostage.
Today's young pilots who fly the Cobra attack helicopters perfectly embody the legendary effectiveness and ferocity of Scarface HMLA-367. Mission accomplished, they reflect on their performance, realizing that one day all the practice and training they receive could be put to the ultimate test. Cobra pilots know that once they are in the heat of battle, it will be a kill or be killed scenario. Every second will count, and each decision they make will have to be perfect. Their trust in one another and their camaraderie will bond these pilots together forever. Do or die, Scarface HMLA-367 will be more than ready for the challenge of taking on any enemy, anywhere, anytime.